The following entries were selected as finalists in the category of establishing an authentic culture. Evolved body art. When owners purchase groceries from their employees during the recent shutdowns, Evolved lived their commitment of caring for their clients, community, and especially their employees. Lubrication Specialties Incorporated. A product development company resolving problem-specific solutions for equipment. Operates under a family business model that encourages employees to share their career goals and creates a roadmap to help them achieve these goals. The Durable Slate Company. Working to restore and preserve residential, religious, and historic buildings, the company instills a culture of integrity through training and by challenging each employee to own the company's mission. Our next two recipients of the Torch Awards goes to Lubrication Specialties and Evolved Body Art.
The culture of the company is really important, and being able to figure out what it is that you did that worked and then how to produce it and reproduce it is really important, otherwise companies fizzle out. I had a passion for solving problems. Honestly, that was all. I never had a plan to have a big company, never had a dream of starting a big company or anything like that. My goal was to work in the lubricant industry, solve problems. As the company started moving forward, I realized that I had no training or no idea on management because I'd never managed anybody, and that's where our the idea of sharing the family of the company. When there was only 5 of us or 6 of us and we were fairly dysfunctional, I said, okay, well, what's wrong here? Well, we weren't communicating well, so we started sitting down every morning and we had like a 15-minute meeting and we would go over what's happening. In that 15 minutes, we were able to clear up about 90% of our problems. So then we moved that on to a Friday morning meeting. The bigger we got, now we have a Friday morning huddle, we call it. And we just go through each department and see what's happening and see if we can troubleshoot and basically update everybody on what's happening in the company. Now, most of my experience is as a father with 6 kids, so the idea was if I pull everybody together and we act as a family, we'll figure it out. It's a much better chance of figuring out the problem than me myself. Or working on my own. So it was really a organic growth. It wasn't a planned thing. I just sat down and said, okay, here's the problems, how do we fix it? And I found out that usually the folks that were working for me had just as good ideas as I did. So we worked together and came up with the answers. We've kind of broken down the idea that there's a hierarchy here. Well, here's the CEO and here's the president and here's the plant manager. Well, the best idea wins. I don't care if it's somebody on the line bottling. If they say, Chris, that's a really bad idea and this is why, then we're not doing it. So we realize that that's who we are. We're just a family, not just the people that work here, but our customers. Our customers call in and they talk to us like they've known us our whole life.
In 2000, Viking Studios became Evolved, and we have sought to carry on their tradition of education and hygiene and artwork. We have a pretty diverse lineup of talent, and maybe about half of them are employees and half of them are contractors. They are essentially their own business that operates inside of our business, and it overall I think it works out pretty well, because especially with the independent contractors, a lot of them end up traveling. They go to tattoo conventions, they go do guest spots, they might have side projects where they're selling artwork or whatnot, so they really do run it as their own business. In relationships, not just professional but personal, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes successes and failures, and it takes how we respond to those failures. All those things are factors into how much trust we can have with each other. And I think that the open communication, I think that speaking our minds, which is part of that, I think supporting each other, all those things play into it, and it's important. Like they're big parts of what we do here. Additionally, we started posting what our core values are, our mission statement, and when we hire people, or even before we hire them, before we interview them, we say, please go to our mission statement, read those core values, and see how they resonate with you. And I think that people who share a lot all, hopefully, or a lot of those core values are attracted to come here. To this day, I hope that Evolved is known for being a very, very clean studio, a professional studio, and a studio where it's also a safe space.